Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel and with another video today. And this time we want to take a look at the exploration of the SHIHONAGE technique. So we won't be doing a specific technique from a specific attack. What I want to do is to talk a little bit about the critical points that we need to keep in mind and watch carefully when we're doing the SHIHONAGE from any attack. Okay, so let's take a look at a few really basic things about SHIHONAGE that are critical to make the technique work. So first thing is, the SHIHONAGE is actually a spiral movement where we are extending the uke a little bit forward, turning up and to the side. So this is the spiral movement going like up and to the side, and coming back towards the shoulder. And actually what we want to do is we want to go into the center line along the spine and into the feet, as you can see, which takes the balance of the uke. Okay, and there are a few important points to be followed. So the first one is, I will start with the katate dori just to show you the thing. The first one is, as I move to the side, as I prepare for making the spiral movement of the SHIHONAGE, I want to be side by side with the uke, and I want to extend and connect through this arm and extend it a little bit so that the other shoulder of the uke goes a little bit back and actually away from me. So the important thing is here, if I don't do it, if I just come here and I don't connect, don't extend the other arm, Sandra could hit me with the other hand, as you can see. If I connect and extend, her shoulder is a bit more far away, and now it's out of range, or she can touch me, but she cannot hit me with a lot of force. Okay, and I like actually one of the explanations that Durward sensei is using, who is Patrick Cassidy. And Durward sensei always says, you want to check your time before you do the SHIHONAGE, if it's the right time to do the SHIHONAGE. So you look at your watch, and as you raise the hand here, as if you wanted to check the time on your watch, this is actually the movement that extends the other shoulder. Okay, so just a hint to memorize it. So the second important element of the technique SHIHONAGE is the turn. And this is really critical because here, I will do the Urawaza version to turn towards the camera. So I want to lead the spiral in front of my center line. I don't want to get behind my center line because here the uke can pull me down, actually. So I need to stay stable with the base. And I like to keep my wrist touching my forehead. Okay, so this way, my front. So this way I can ensure that I will not get behind. And as I turn back, I get directly back into the shoulder of the uke. Okay, so one more point that we need to watch and to check is the alignment after the turn. So let's say I will go for the Urawaza again. So as I finish the turn, sometimes, and many of students who just began to do Aikido, they have a tendency to turn here and stay aligned behind the uke like this. Okay, and then maybe try to move behind the uke, take him. Sandra can resist, so it doesn't work. So actually, when I finish the turn, I want to turn completely here until I touch, in a way, the center line of uke, until I get the balance here. Okay, and you can see already by the body of Sandra that I'm taking her balance. And to avoid being hit, so if I stand here like this, there is again the risk potentially of being hit. To avoid getting hit, I like to hide behind the elbow. Okay, so I'm getting a bit closer to the elbow here, and this is protecting me from any strikes from the other hand. Okay, and then I enter to finish with the takedown. So now comes the third element. The third element is coming back into the shoulder and actually center line of the uke. So I don't want just to pull down here to force down the movement because the uke can resist. I cannot really force down if the center line of the uke is straight, and if everything is supported from the base. So actually when the spiral is coming back, I'm touching the shoulder, but I'm directing the energy towards the spine and then down to the feet. So this is actually what takes the balance of the uke. And here, I don't really need to force the technique, okay? I cannot force the technique. I need to go around and take the center line with it. So if this movement is done correctly, the technique is actually finished when I come back, okay, when I turn around. So Sandra was not expecting it. But if you get if you turn quickly and get a lot of energy back into the shoulder, into the center line, into the feet, actually the uke goes down. You don't even need to do the next step. So here comes the last element that I want to discuss today, that I want to share today, and this is the takedown. So as I said before, if you turn quickly and get it right, you can directly get the uke down on the ground before you enter here with a takedown. But otherwise, if you're just aligned here, you have a center line of the uke, and he's still on his feet, or Sandra in this case, she's still on her feet. I enter behind her to cut her base. I want this movement here, this step forward, is actually cutting her base, and I'm kind of shifting her center of gravity to something that I can imagine to be a third foot, a third leg. So she has one leg here, the second leg here, and since she's standing on the two legs, she's a bit out of balance, but she's still standing. So I try to move her weight towards an imaginary third leg, which is behind. So if I go there behind, this is what takes her balance in the end and makes her go down. So thanks for watching. I hope it will be useful for you to consider all these elements of the technique and have them explained in a bit more detailed way. And see you in another video again.